Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers The Last Knight Turbo Changer Knight Armor Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Yep, I went and did it. I went and got this figure. Released in April of 2017, this guy is brand new for the new movie. He's currently in stores as of the time of this recording, and his intended retail is $20. This is one of those figures that I said I was not going to get. I was interested in getting, but I wasn't gonna get at that price point of $20. I was only gonna get it if they dropped it. Well, sure enough, they have dropped the price on this figure. They are being found in stores anywhere between $10 to $15, depending on where you find them. So, given that the price was dropped, I went ahead and got it, and I'm glad I did, because I am actually enjoying this figure quite a bit. And sure enough, true to what I thought originally, I think $20 is definitely overpaying for this figure, but I didn't mind getting it for less, again, because I am really enjoying this figure. So we have ourselves another figure for the new movie coming out here in the next month or so. So we're getting a lot of new figures out in stores, and Optimus Prime is no exception. Getting a lot of Optimus Prime figures, and this one is intended for a younger audience. And as you can see right away, we're starting to see robot parts on the truck right away. Here in truck mode, Optimus measures approximately 8 inches long. He's about 3 inches tall at the top of the cab, 3.5 if you go to the top of the smokestacks. And I really like this truck mode. Even though you've got some legs showing up on the back here, the rest of the truck is actually a really nice looking truck, I think, and he rolls really nice. This actually rolls better than my Premier Edition Voyager, I must say. He rolls better than that. So, but other than that, he's a nice looking truck. Not a lot of paint details here. Again, black wheels. I am going to have to fix that. All the what should be silver is just unpainted gray. There is no paint at the windows or at the windshield. So it's unfortunate that we lost out on a lot of the paint detail. Of course, the grill and the W on the back here, a lot of lost detail there. Just blue and red flames, and you got a little bit of silver here on the visor and on these top of the smokestacks here, which is odd. They painted the top of the smokestacks, but then they left the rest of the smokestack here in the back. They left the rest of this unpainted, and then the rest of the truck was unpainted. Yeah, the rest of the back of the truck is completely unpainted. So odd choices there, but a good looking truck nonetheless. For comparison, here he is with the one step from the previous movie, and as you can see, quite a bit of size difference. A lot more plastic, I guess, or toy over here on this one. This was just a one step that you push down and he transforms automatically. I don't remember off the top of my head what this guy was called. And a lot of this silver detail I went in and I did myself later. The wheels, the W, the tanks, all the fence and the lining on the windows, all of that I did myself later on, just to give it a little more detail. I did the same thing with robot mode, but there you go. As you can see, if I remember correctly, this guy retailed for anywhere between 10 to 15, and we got a lot more plastic and actual spring-loaded mechanical parts over here, where this guy originally retailed for 20, and we get a lot less toy, in my opinion. So there's that, and one more comparison. Here he is with the Voyager, the premier version Voyager that's currently in stores as well. They size up pretty much the same. The turbo changer is a little longer by a whole wheel in the back, and then the cab's a little longer as well. I actually think that this one looks a little better in truck mode just because of how long and thin he is. I think he looks a little better in truck mode. Transformation for this figure is relatively simple, as you would imagine a turbo changer would be. The whole side of the vehicle is tabbed on. There's tabs and slots here on these back side of the vehicle there. Mine tend to be a little hard, as you can see. Mine requires a little bit of force pulling from the back there. But as you can see, there's a tab, there's a slot, which is actually kind of nice. It secures the truck mode really well. And you know what? I'm going to have to move this camera up. This guy gets really, really tall. So let's just go ahead and do that now. So go ahead and separate the back of the truck right there. And then the entire cab is going to come up and over the front of the truck and then go all the way around to the back. The legs are going to separate, and then this is really cool. The grill of the truck is going to slot into the back of the knees right there. That's going to secure that into place right there. You just heard it click. So let's make sure those are in both places. And then the last little touch is you take the, this is really cool, the tip of the windpipes here, of the, of the tailpipes. That didn't click into place. What happened? There it is. Okay. Take the tip of the tailpipes here and rotate those up so that you can see those behind the head. And there you go. There is Knight Armor Turbochanger, Optimus Prime, and Robot Mode. And I really like the way that this looks. Here in Robot Mode, Optimus is approximately 7.5 inches tall at the top of the head. 8 if you want to go to the top of the smokestacks here. Now, he looks pretty cool, but he's got absolutely no articulation. This is kind of where this toy fell apart for me, and what really made me decide not to get him unless they lowered the price. Articulation, real quick, you can turn the elbows 90 degrees, and that is it. That's it. That's all he's going to do. He didn't come with any weapons. Again, the original, the previous movie's One Step at least came with a sword. This guy came with nothing. He just bends at elbows at 90, and that is it. Now, he does have an action feature, and that is his Knight Armor mask, I guess is what's that supposed to call. Right here on the chest, there's a button. You press that button, and this mask is going to come around the front there. So let's take a look at that real quick. A pretty cool feature, I suppose. I enjoy it. I hope it's something that we're going to see in the movie. If they're going to, try to charge $20 for this feature, I would hope that this is at least something that's in the movie. Now, when you transform the figure, the head goes into this chest cavity right here, and you can transform it either way, whether the mask is all the way put away like that, or with the mask deployed. Either way, you can transform him, which is something I was curious about. Now, let's put the mask away real quick, and let's take a look at the head. Again, I think the head is molded really nicely. It looks, exactly like movie Optimus Prime should look. In fact, if you notice, this entire figure has a lot of great detail molded into it. The chest, the arms, I mean, it's all there. All the detail is molded in, and it's a great looking figure, except that, as you can see, they didn't paint any of it. The entire robot is pretty much gray. Unpainted gray at that. The only details that we had are these two blue stripes on the helmet there. These two panels here on the chest are painted. The skirt is painted blue, and there's one little panel for the cavity for the head is painted silver. Other than that, the entire figure is unpainted gray, and I think you lose a lot of that molded detail. They went through all this trouble. Look at these arms. Look at these arms. I got to refocus. Look at these arms right here. Look at all this detail that we're losing right there. Look at the shoulders. The head. You have all the detail molded into the head. You've got detail molded into the top of the chest right there. I mean, all of this detail is there, and it's lost. It's lost because they didn't paint it. It's a real shame. I am really curious to see what if some customizers are going to pick this up and what they're going to do with it. You can really see it, and just for comparison, I'll bring in the One Step from the previous movie. Now, granted, I did do a little bit of touching up to this figure like I mentioned before, but a lot of it I didn't. I did the silvers, okay? So let's not count the silvers on this figure, but let's look at the amount of red and blue on this one, and look at the difference that it makes between this guy and this guy, and you can really tell once you have these two side by side. They really just dropped the ball on this guy in the paint department. It really loses a lot. It's a shame. It's a real shame. So there you go. There's that. And then one last comparison. Here he is with the Voyager size Premier Edition from the current movie as well. Same line. So, and again, you can see the amount of detail. Now, keep in mind that these guys were sort of, I guess, the same price point. This is a Voyager size. I guess Voyagers are now 30, so I guess they're not really the same price point. But you know, in my head, Voyagers are $20. I know they're 25 and 30 now. My head still hasn't gotten wrapped around that, but this guy is supposed to retail, or intended retail was 20. That's not worth $20. Look at how much paint you don't have here, and you don't have a weapon or accessories or anything like that. So I was happy to get him at a lower price point, but it's still it's an enjoyable figure. It's fun to have him with me and just kind of fiddle around with him and all that. But yeah, this figure could have been better. It could have been better if they just added a little bit of paint to it. But other than that, I mean, if you can get it for your little ones and you can pick it up at the lower price point that it's currently at, it seems everywhere. Everybody has dropped this guy, as far as I've been able to tell. And again, he's going between 10 to 15, depending on where you find him. So if you can get this guy at the lower price point for your little ones, this is a figure that they are going to enjoy because it is a fun figure. So there's that. I think with that, we've pretty much covered Last Night Turbo Changer Knight Armor Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.